What's up, everybody? We got another episode with your boys, JT.
And the
Yeah.
stash, baby. We back at it again.
Yes, sir. So this is going to be a little bit of off-season NFL talk between our two favorite teams, the Vikings and the Bucs, and what they need to do to improve their teams going forward into next season.
Yeah, we need. I'm gonna be real. My team, most of the stuff that my team needs is defense. I mean, we got a couple of
Mm.
free agents that we have to sign. Like, we got to see if Levante Davis coming back, and I would like to know that before the draft. And the reason is that way we can look at addressing that need in the draft itself. What's that guy's name? Campbell out of Georgia.
Hmm.
He's a
Yeah.
stellar linebacker. And
Alabama, I think.
oh,
Yeah.
is it Bama? Is it? I keep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, those two. Yeah.
I'm getting mixed up. But yeah, I think he's going to be really good, and he would be a good replacement for
Mhm.
Levante David if he decides to, go into retirement in this offseason. I'm hoping we can bring him back for one more year, and the possibility of getting Miles Garrett. He has stated that that is a place that he's interested in going. He's friends with Baker because he wants to be on a contender. I'm hoping that we can address that need. And Jason Light, our GM, is excellent in the draft. He was able to the guys that he's drafted on this team that are stars is crazy.
Mm.
He drafted Mike Evans. He drafted Tristan Wirfs, Winfield Jr. He drafted all these guys. Vita Vea. He drafted them all. So I think he can address it in the draft. Bucky Irving last season. Let's be real, one of the best running backs in football last season. I can say that as a Bucs fan. It's very rare. It's very rare. So I definitely hope that we can address those needs. Jamal Dean is our corner. I hope isn't with the team this following season. It's definitely been a rough. He had a rough year last year, and it's a $14 million cap hit if he stays on the team. I don't know if he's worth $14 million. I wouldn't think so. Xavier McCollum is Zion McCollum is way better, and I would rather have him and then address the other corner in the draft, our main guys. Dean, I wouldn't mind on a cheaper deal, but I don't think we're going to get that. So this is some of the stuff that I'm hoping to address with. But what about them Vikings?
Yeah, there's a couple of positions we definitely got to address in free agency and in the draft. Obviously, we got a lot of corners that are going to be on the this year. Byron Murphy Jr. is going to be at the top of that, class that everybody's going to be trying to get because he had 6 interceptions on the season. That was second most in the league. So he had a phenomenal season. So there's mutual interest in bringing him back, but we'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't overpay him if he's wanting more money than Jalen Johnson. I would not pay that for him, although he has been a pretty good corner for us in his tenure with Minnesota. Um, but you got Mekhi Blackman coming back next year, who's going to be a starting corner who was out for the entire season this past year with injuries. So getting him back will be huge. Probably going to lose Stephon Gilmore. I would assume he's probably going to retire or go elsewhere. And then you also got Shaq Griffin, who could maybe be brought back on a 1 year deal, but I doubt it. So in that corner room in Minnesota, it's going to be extremely thin. So I would imagine we're going to use probably a first round pick or trade back and get maybe a second or third and address the corner position there. Interior O line is a huge concern. That is where I believe we should put all our chips on the board and push them towards Trey Smith and try to bring him in to Minnesota. He would fill in at right guard. I feel like he'd be a great impact player on that O line and reassure that right side of the line. Um, Outside of interior O line, cornerback, I would say probably Harrison Smith might retire. So we have Josh Metellus and Cam Bynum as a free agent. So we need to see what happens there. Safety could be an issue, but I like our chances right now at it. So main issues I'm worried about is just corner, interior O lineman. And then I'd probably say the D line. We need to get some extra guys to rush the passer.
I mean, really, you guys had a great defense last season. If I'm being
Yeah.
100% honest, there was only like a few games your team really struggled at all, and
Mm.
it was later in the season. But I mean, again, one of your young corners was hurt all season, and y'all still played amazing. Stephon Gilmore off the couch helped out a
Yeah.
lot.
Mhm.
And you guys made the playoffs in a year that you thought, like everyone thought, it was gonna be a down year, and they shocked everybody. Finished the second in their division with was it 11 wins, 12 wins?
13.
Third, my bad. My apologies.
No, you're
13
good.
wins.
Yeah.
You definitely you just doubled most of what everyone expected y'all to be. Sam Darnold
Yeah.
coming in, he did struggle in the end of the year, but I want to give credit to where credit's due for Sam Darnold. He balled out for the majority of the year. and I think he's going to get paid. I don't know if he's getting paid in Minnesota, but I
Hmm.
think he'll get paid somewhere. The Titans could be a good spot. The Raiders could be a good spot. Uh, and I mean, be real. I think you guys had a great year. Even with the injury bugs, definitely gonna have to fix the corner situation. But again, you're bringing back a guy who missed all last season. He's probably gonna be one of your starters, and you're gonna address everything in the draft. How many draft picks do y'all have this season or this draft?
We just have four,
Just four.
only four draft picks.
I can see y'all trading back to get a couple more draft picks to fill in
Hmm.
spots because I don't know if JJ McCarthy comes out and balls out like he's supposed to, which I think he will. Because I thought he was one of the best QBs in the draft. I would have arguably took him number one. So which one? Actually, no. Jaden Daniels number one. JJ McCarthy number two. My bad.
Yeah.
But I hope that I get to see JJ play this year. I liked him in Michigan, and a lot of people were saying he was like, oh, he's not that good. I think he's going to shock a lot of people. But yeah.
I agree, and it was actually 14 wins. We were 14-3 this past year. I knew it was 13. I was like, hold on, I think I misspoke there, but 14-3 with a 1 year deal with Sam Darnold, and I think he truly had that confidence broken throughout the course of his career until he got to Minnesota. The coaching staff believes in him, and it doesn't hurt having the best wide receiver in all of football on your offense with him, T.J. Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, and you got some other playmakers as well, but. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, Aaron Jones is a free agent, so we'll have to wait and see if he's being brought back in Minnesota or not. He had a career high in rushing yards, and he missed a couple of games as well. But two things that are not on his positive side is he has a fumbling issue and he's getting older. So only if the price is right, I would bring him back. And if it's not, I would not be opposed to find his successor in this draft because there's a lot of guys that could be our running back one into next year. Amarian Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Dylan Sampson, Scottybo. So,
That's what you get right there. You pick up Scatterbo. I still want him in Tampa in like the third round because if we let White go in a trade, whatever, and we got Scatterbo, I'm not even mad. I think Bucky and Scatterbo back there would be absolutely like crazy to watch.
him and
Scatterbo also,
Bucky.
yeah, and Scatterbo also runs like Mike Allstott, so like I mean I know like another Allstott in Tampa is like all I need.
That'd be amazing.
We do have to
But
resign
yeah,
Chris Godwin too this year.
mm, that's a
So
big signing. You
I
have to bring
think,
him back possibly.
well, I heard like there was talk about the franchise tag, and then now it's dead in the water. There's no franchise tag because it would be his third one, which would be like the worth the QB. So he'd be getting paid $41 million this year. I'm like, we're not doing that. We're not paying him
No,
$40 million a year.
no.
Don't get me wrong. Love you, Chris. Rod God, let's go.
Mhm.
In my personal opinion, he's the second best free agent wide receiver in the right now. T. Higgins, I have at number one, and Chris Godwin at number
Yeah.
two. I think both those guys. And as soon as T. Higgins makes a deal either with Cincinnati or with some other team, like all eyes are gonna be on Godwin.
Absolutely. I mean, he is a playmaker, and people really sleep on him because of his injury last year that really kind of pushed some people off on him. But we'll have to see if he can come back fully healthy and be productive again. I think he can. And if y'all bring him back, do you think it'd be like a 2 year deal or what?
Hey, he's 28 right now. I think Mike will play next season and maybe one more. I think year 13 kind of just fits his number, you know. Year 13, he's done after that,
Yeah.
and that's when Godwin starts making the extra money. Is where when
Mm,
Mike's gone. Because I know Chris and Mike want to play together until Mike's done.
that's true. I mean,
Okay.
they've been together for so long. I could imagine that. But you could possibly move on from, White this off season, have Bucky Irving, have Scotabo. That'd be a crazy backfield. I'd love to see that.
I'd cry because I was like, this is the first time we've had a great running game in forever.
First 1,000 yard rusher since the muscle hamster, Doug Martin.
Doug the Muscle Hamster Martin. Bro, we've had some crazy
But
running backs in Tampa.
oh, absolutely, man. Hey,
Uh,
Lenny, bring back Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny, LeGarrette Blunt,
Hmm.
Cadillac Williams.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be interesting come draft time to see what both of our teams do. Obviously, you kind of have more of a set in stone position of need with, you could go after James Pierce or one of those edge guys that falls to you at your pick. But for us, we could go corner, we could go running back, we could trade back and get a second, like another second round pick. Um, so it'll be interesting to see what we decide to go towards. I wouldn't mind drafting a running back round one, but I would probably rather go after BPA. And if a corner is really talented, fall into us, I would take that. Um, and obviously, free agency, it's going to be corner and interior O line. I believe we would go after the most.
Oh, I agree, 100%. With you guys, I think depth is all you really need. I get the running
Yeah,
back definitely isn't a thing, especially with Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, man, fumbled once a game last year. I swear. I watched a lot of y'all's games, and I feel like he fumbled at least once in every single
yeah,
game. Like he just couldn't hold on to the ball. That would definitely be Caleb Johnson. I feel like would be a good fit for y'all.
absolutely.
I think he would be good. I don't think you're getting Genty. I think Genty will
No,
be gone by four then. So, but I think trading back is the move.
yeah.
Get the extra draft picks. Because you can still get a great corner in round two.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree. Even here's a sleeper for y'all he's been really skyrocketing in his draft stock recently. Kobe Bryant, the corner from Kansas, very physical. He's a big corner, and I think he would fit Ryan Flores' scheme perfectly.
What's his name?
Kobe Bryant.
One
Hey,
more
he's
time.
got that name. He better be a baller.
One more time. You said you saying Kobe the Black Mamba Bryant? Kobe Bean
Oh
Bryant?
yeah,
Or no Bean. Just Kobe Bryant.
yeah, yeah. Just
I,
spelled a little differently, but
okay.
still Kobe Bryant. So he's bound to be a baller. I think we should get him. He'll probably go like round three if I had to guess. Um, if he continues to have a really good, uh, workout combine stuff like that, I could even see him going as high as a late round grade. But I would definitely draft the kid. I mean, he's got a lot of potential, and with him, Makai Blackman, get a couple other vets in that corner room. I think it could be something special moving forward because we've definitely had some struggles at the corner position. But reassuring the O line, Trey Smith, get a running back in the draft, Omarion Hampton or Caleb Johnson. I think he would be the best fit for us ultimately with the zone schemes. But that's pretty much our biggest areas of concern.
Yeah, we just got to fix the defense. I think the offense was fine. A
Yeah.
couple misplays. Don't get me wrong. Baker had a couple turnovers. I think he'll address that this season. Did you guys have any other coaching changes? Like big
Nothing
coaching?
significant,
Okay.
but we had like an assistant quarterback coach that got hired elsewhere.
I was like,
So
we lost our offensive coordinator for the second year in a row to a head coaching
yeah.
job.
Tampa Bay. Or what was he? No, he was like Duval.
He's he's a scum. He's scum.
Yeah,
The way he does, but it's fine.
I got a snake.
He's going to Jacksonville to ruin their franchise. That's fine with me.
Trevor Lawrence, man, future Steeler.
Trevor Lawrence, future mid overall quarterback.
But guys, that wraps up our segment of talking about the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offseason needs going forward into next season. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
We out.